Welcome to the Zono Sports Show, where you know Zonos. New England's golden boy may be starting to show some bronze. Who am I speaking of? Tom Brady. Now, yeah, we know the man is the GOAT when it comes to football. Past Joe Montana, he's got 5 Super Bowls. However, his wife, we all know Gisele Bündchen, the supermodel, expressed concerns on CBS This Morning the other day about Tom Brady and his concussion. She says that sometimes every season he gets concussions, and I get worried because the sport's filled with aggression, and those were concerns. And this sparked a whirlwind through the entire sporting community, especially the NFL, because the Patriots, for some reason, have no record of this man ever getting a concussion. Now, I play football, linebacker, so obviously I'm pretty familiar with big collisions. Now, there's a lot of times people do get their bell rung, and they may not necessarily let the coach or training staff member know. And that's up to the football player. That's their prerogative, especially if you're someone like Tom Brady and you compete at a high level, you have all these endorsements. I can see why he'd probably want to be on the field at all times. However, we look at his age, 39, coming up on 40. 40 coming up on 41. Tom Brady, he has a responsibility to himself, and the Patriots have a responsibility as well. Now, their staff members, if they weren't seeing this from Tom Brady and they were just, and maybe they did, maybe they just let it go because, he's Tom Brady, he can shake that off. If this really did happen, I think it speaks volumes about the Patriots organization because they've been involved in numerous scandals, and allegedly the Deflategate all the way back to Spygate. Things happen with this organization that are questioned on many occasions. So I wonder, did she have some truth to what she said about the concussions? And if so, what does the NFL do about this? They said they've investigated a lot of medical reports and things of that nature. I wonder if Tom Brady, how he'll feel about this next season, and how many questions he has to answer about this, and how he'll respond, because I haven't heard a statement from him yet. But we all know football's a tough sport, and Gisele says he has these concussions frequently. Now, it's one thing to get a concussion and your wife asks you how you're doing, and you say, I'm okay. Football players, they go through that, and sometimes family members can be so concerned that they self-diagnose. So we've got to be careful of rushing to judgment. However, this is something that I'm curious to see develop. So Tom Brady, I hope you're okay. Sorry that your wife put you in this predicament by making these comments, because I'm sure she didn't do it on purpose, but it happened. And what does Tom Brady have to play for? Well, obviously he wants to be the GOAT. Obviously he wants the 6 rings like Jordan. We'll see if he actually gets there. But can he hold up to get the 6? Patriots did that a lot this year. We'll have to see. NBA draft lottery was the other day. Everybody wants to hit the lottery. The Celtics did. Celtics get the number 1 pick. Now, for the number 1 pick, in my opinion, they've got to get Markelle Fultz. Everybody talks about Lonzo Ball, but Markelle Fultz, he's a guy they need because he's a bona fide scorer. They've already got a point guard in Isaiah Thomas. They've got Jay Crowder at the 4, and then they can always have your boy Al Horford at the 5. And then you have that 2 guard that you slide in, a guy like Markelle Fultz, who can come in and play the 2. That way Avery Bradley gets into a role that he's more comfortable, which would be the small forward role. He could just play defense, not have to be so, he wouldn't have to have such a high responsibility to score the basketball because you have people that can get it in the hoop. Avery Bradley's a defensive player. This would be a match made in heaven for the Celtics because Markelle Fultz is someone that they need to bolster the lineup. Why? They can't score. Looked at the game last night, Cleveland versus Boston. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, as far as the Lakers go, they got the 2nd pick. The Lakers, they look promising because LeVar and Lonzo Ball, they're ready to hoop in purple and gold. It's no secret. Did you see the video footage of Lonzo Ball? Did you see him hit the Juwan Howard cabbage patch? Did you see him do that after they announced the Lakers had the 2nd pick? Because he knows that Boston doesn't need a point guard. Why would they bring Lonzo Ball to Boston when they've already got Isaiah Thomas, who's a perennial all-star, unless they're worried about Isaiah Thomas leaving in free agency, which I don't see him doing. You're playing for the Boston Celtics, a storied franchise. Why would you leave? So Lonzo Ball, he may indefinitely end up inevitably end up in a Lakers uniform. Magic Johnson, he's already said they want to have a workout one-on-one, him and De'Aaron Fox, excuse me. And LeVar Ball, he's already assumed, what did I tell you? You speak it into existence. Did you see his video? He said the prices went up for Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, all of them. $3 billion's the price now. You could have got him for cheap at the $1 billion, but you didn't want him, guys. We'll see how that works. It depends on the way Lonzo balls his first year, second year, third year. We'll have to see if he really is the talent that his father proclaimed him to be early on when he first stepped on UCLA's campus there in Poly Pavilion. The Lakers need Paul George and a big man. If they can get those two pieces, I really think with Lonzo Ball's addition and his skills, the way he handles the ball, playing with two people who can get it done, especially Paul George off of the wing, and he can just play the two and focus primarily on shooting and make those Gatorade commercials more realistic about shooting the ball with the seconds waiting down, because we know the stats say otherwise, but the Gatorade Flow commercial says something different, but I won't get into that. The Lakers look like that they are on the rise. Can Magic Johnson pull this franchise out of the ashes? I think so. Sixers get the number 3 pick. When does this process end? I saw Joel Embiid up there on stage. He was happy to be up there. He plays the game with so much vibrato, so much excitement, exuberance. Joel Embiid says the Cavs are going down next year. Now, they're gearing up, in his words. The Sixers are. Ben Simmons, he's been on ice since he stepped in Philly. They say he's a point guard. They want to make him a point guard. Can he be a point guard? I don't know. But I do know that the Sixers, they've got to get somebody long who can really stretch the floor and actually shoot and play defense, who's got some size. I like Jason Tatum from Duke because he is that long body. He is not afraid of the moment. If you watched him in big games this season, he always comes up with a play when his team's down or the seconds are waning. He's a guy that you can count on to keep his composure. You bring him into that Philadelphia situation, you've got a young core, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and so on. That is a group that I think you do have to look out for, but slow your roll attacking LeBron James like that, Joel Embiid. You just got on the court with those bad knees, man. Chill out. Maybe you should play a full game with no minute restrictions before you can make comments like that towards the Cavs, directed at the Cavs, the defending champs. You crazy boy. NBA playoffs. The Warrior effect has consumed the hearts of San Antonio. Blowout in Game 2, 136-100. Yeah, Kawhi didn't play, but Chef Curry, he still dropped 29. Team 18 threes. I'm glad they held Kawhi out until Saturday, because you can go back home to San Antonio with fresh ankles, no swollen cankles, and that's the Spurs' best shot to win. You can win those 2 games in San Antonio, maybe tie the series up, but the way the Warriors looked in Game 2, I highly doubt that they win both games in San Antonio. Definitely can get a split, but if the Warriors do win at least one of those games, I think they close it out in Game 5 when they come back home. The Cavs, they stopped the Boston Tea Party last night. They were all hyped up about the number 1 lottery pick. We are here. We'll be back. We get the number 1 pick. But then they come out and give up 30-plus first three-quarter points to the Cavs. 30 points in the first 3 quarters. I just said that wrong because it's so amazing. 30-plus points in the first 3 quarters scored by LeBron, Kevin Love. Kevin Love had 32, 6 for 9 from the three-point line. This puppy dog has finally turned into a big wolf on that team. LeBron had an all-right night by his standards, 38 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. The Celtics look overmatched. They look like that they were David and LeBron was a overwhelming Goliath. Too much excitement for draft night. I wanted to see what they might need. I know Danny Ainge, you want to see how this team might look against the Cavaliers, but judging from last night, you need a lot more than what you currently have on that roster. So do your research, because if this is the case study you wanted, well, you got it. UFC Fight Night? Not quite. Boxing is what Conor McGregor's been talking about the past couple months. We've heard about it. We've heard the Wolf tickets being sold. If Wolf tickets were if they had 1 million of those, arenas be sold out all over the country for these two guys. But Conor McGregor, terms are set for the Mayweather fight. Now it's Floyd's turn. Floyd, now you got to set it up because we want to see it. You guys hyped it up. You juiced it up. Now it's time to deliver the product. So, Floyd, you better get with your camp and figure out something, because this fight, Conor McGregor said he's ready to do it. Dana White, who are you and what did you do with the UFC president? I mean, Dana White is negotiating, wheeling and dealing as though he's Don King from back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Dana White has taken the UFC, made it a multi-billion-dollar business, and they are not stopping no time soon. Who's going to sponsor this fight? It won't be Golden Boy. Could it be UFC? I don't know. But I know that I am ready to see some boxing. Now, you guys going to do this fight in September? November? How are we going to promote this? Let me know ahead of time. I am me on IG. DM me, I am me, whatever. Hit me up. Let me know, Dana White. Because Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, it's going to be all it's been built to be. You've got two contrasting styles. The UFC guy walks into the ring, and you got the man who eats McDonald's and still works out and maintains his fitness coming back into the ring from retirement. Can he get that 50-0? Can he get it? We'll have to see. Now, next show, I have more juice for you to talk about after the weekend. And keep tabs on the Major League Baseball right now, because I mean the Texas, they are balling down there. You got Houston first in the major leagues, and then you got Texas Rangers on a 8-game win streak. Keep up with the NHL. The Predators, they've got home ice tonight. They've won 10 straight postseason games. I think if they beat the Anaheim Ducks, they'll take that 3-1 lead. They'll win the series, go to Stanley Cup, and they right down the street. I might hit one game up, and then you've got the Penguins. They're in a hole. Ottawa jumped on them quick like a mongoose on a snake last night. I think that we'll obviously see a Nashville versus Ottawa Stanley Cup, because Sidney Crosby, he's not himself. And the concussion obviously bothered him. They bothered him. He hasn't scored a goal since. So keep tabs on hockey, keep tabs on baseball, and make sure you check out Zonos next Tuesday. Thank you for watching the Zonos Sports Show, always where you know Zonos.